All right, everybody, welcome to the call. We are going to be doing open house marketing and mastery. We got a lot of great stuff here to share with you today. I got actually, it's a little bit more unique today than normal, just because of some of the stuff I think I'm going to share and talk about. And one of them was, in fact, I just popped this up. I'm going to bring it over. Just was from this past weekend. And Dustin Fox, like a 15-year client to Listings to Leads, the author of that. It's a really good book, right? I got clients that have read his book called 6 Weeks to Real Estate Success. And what I wanted to point out is, here's how we did it. The 3-day game plan. So he literally does open houses Friday to Sunday. So they'll do a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I believe the Friday is a neighbor preview. So his Friday, and I've heard him talk about this before. The Friday open house is the neighbor's preview only. And then Saturday and Sunday is open. And yeah, you would think a 3-day open house, like how you think that's just a waste of time. But to hear him talk about it, you actually get more people to a 2-day open house. You'll get people coming back twice. All right. The real serious people. And I believe, I can't remember if it was on a podcast he did maybe, or in the book. And I've literally got the book. It's always on my desk. I'm holding it in my hand right now. This one and the Jordan Cohen's Agent Edge. Those 2 books are 2 of my favorites. But yeah, you actually get more people and better engagement from a 3-day open house. Imagine Friday, you're thinking 4 to 6, 5 to 7, 5 to 6, 4 to 6 type of thing, right? Neighbor preview, afternoon, early evening. And then your Saturday and Sunday, right? Your 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 4 open house, both days, Saturday and Sunday. So literally 3 open houses for the same listing. And he's been doing that for a long time, at least a couple of years. And then, but here's the thing. All right. So 3-day open house. And then it might be a little hard to read there. Personal invites to neighbors, white envelopes, real stamps, no business branding, and they actually open them. And so many of you will recognize that as being the nearby homeowner letter from Listings to Leads. So this one right here, which we'll be talking about, and whether it's a listing that you borrow. So if you don't have any listings right now and you are just looking to figure out, how am I going to get a listing? Right? How am I going to get some buyers to work with? Finding an open house that is in your prime buyer seller avatar and holding it open and using this letter is going to help you get more listings and more buyers to work with. So excited to share that with you. One more thing I want to show you before we go, because I think this was also really cool, is an ad I did. In fact, let me bring this. There we go. So if you can see this ad, let me make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to bring it down. And the reason why I'm showing you this ad is a client had this listing for a while. Probably it was like the 4th open house. All right. And there's only so many open houses you can do on a particular listing and not start dropping off on the leads. Only so many times new buyers are coming into the market. People have seen it. So by the 3rd or 4th open house, you're starting to die in the vine a little bit. So what we did is we just looked up, we saw there's 60 open houses in the area and did a little post right here. This is an ad. And it did pretty good for leads. And it's going to help really open up that conversation between the leads, right? On a normal open house ad, or so a normal open house Sunday, 2 to 4, blah, blah, blah. Come by, generate leads, all good stuff. But because we'd already been running the ad like 3 or 4 times previously, we moved it to a Spring, Texas open house extravaganza. Join us for an opportunity to explore over 60 open houses in this vibrant communities of Spring, Texas. Then you can see there talk about diverse property options. So we really wanted to hit like everybody that's in the home buying audience or universe. So we talk about from single family homes to townhomes, gated communities, no HOA, something for every budget and lifestyle. Then we talked about exclusive buyer incentives. So there's a lot of new construction in his area. And so he wanted to leverage that, but without necessarily saying new construction all the time. So here we got exclusive buyer incentives. Ask about our special deals and incentives available only during this event. And then we got click to learn more for the free list. So what happens is when we got it set up in as a custom ad, excuse me, the autoresponder asks them, what area are you looking for? And what kind of lifestyle home or what are you looking for in a home? And so we're not sending a list to them, excuse me, in the autoresponder. We're not taking them to a list because we want to gatekeep that list just a little bit. Excuse me. So again, in the autoresponder, what area are you looking for? We thank them. Hey, thank you for requesting the list to better ensure that we get the right homes to you so that you're not wasting your time trying to see 60 different properties. What area in particular you're looking for? And tell me a little bit more about what it is you're looking for in a home. So once they reply to that email, then they can put together a list of homes for them to go see. What a great way to engage people. So just an idea there, because again, that came out of the problem in a sense, because it is a problem when you're trying to run the same ad for the same listing over and over again. Because again, that gets a little bit old, it gets stale. So that was a nice way to advertise the open house, but offer some more value. And so there might be an application there for your standard open house ad if you want to dangle a bigger carrot than just this open house. That makes sense for everybody? Yes, this will be on YouTube. This will be on our YouTube channel. If you just go to YouTube, find listings to leads, and you'll see us there. So let's go. And before we go to the open house, let's go to marketing calendar. I'm going to show you our open house mastery information. So go to marketing calendar, presentations. And then under the presentation, you'll see open house mastery. And there's a presentation. There is a guide that is a 39 page PDF that goes along with the presentation. And then there's a checklist. So let's work our way from small to big. Just real briefly, let me just introduce this to you. Here's the open house mastery checklist. And what this is for is to help ensure that your open house that you're doing is set up to get the most people to it, get them excited, get them engaged, get them with you. All right. Get them engaged with you so that you are having the success. Like I mentioned with my client I was talking to over the weekend, he got 3 buyers that all have homes to sell. And he's got more great leads that he's following up with following this plan that we're going to talk through today. So the open house mastery, open house marketing, that's the first part. That's where we generate all the leads that we'll get to after this. But this right here, I want to make sure that you know where it is. Go check this out. If we have time at the end of this call, I will come back to this, but this will help ensure that you are conducting that open house to your maximum potential. Here we got the guide. So this guide right here. So in the presentation, we talk about different things, and some things, for example, like bandit signs or yard flags or single serve containers, right? For food or drinks or things like that. Lots of different things that we're linking to, providing more information that in a presentation you just can't really get to. So be sure to check this out. Again, it's 39 pages, but it's pretty quick, right? It's an easy read. This is not War and Peace with 200 lines of 10-point font all the way through, as you can see. So check that out. Neighborhood exclusive. What'd you see from Dustin Fox there? They do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And again, that Friday, if I remember correctly, their Fridays are always just the neighbor exclusive. And then they use the nearby homeowner letter as the invite to the neighbors to the neighbor preview. So if you have any questions on any of this, make sure you ask. So I do not want you to get off this call going, what the hell do I do next? All right. That's not the goal here. And then lastly here, before we get into the marketing, the presentation. And this is great. If you are a lender or a trainer, a coach, a broker, you should be using this presentation along with the guide and the checklist. In here, this is so good to go through. Every one of you, even if you don't have an open house yet, even if you don't like open houses or don't want to do them, go through this. I bet this will change your mind. We walk through, how do you borrow a listing? How do you select a listing? What are some of the considerations you should think of before even going and finding a listing to hold open? So we want to start from that idea of first principles of, okay, forget about everything you know about open houses. Forget about everything you've done with open houses in the past. Start from square one. And this is literally the result of 14 years of working with people, a ton of research that we did before we put this together. And I don't think there is a better open house method than what you're going to find here. This incorporates so many of the great things from all of our great clients, all the great coaches that we researched, all the great trainings. All right. So come back to this a little bit later. And for now, let's talk about marketing that open house. And so again, this could be your listing or a listing that you borrow. If you don't have an open house, or if you've had a listing like I was referencing earlier with our client, you may have a listing and there's only so many open houses that you can do for a particular listing. So you may need to find another property to hold open, even if you've got a listing. It makes sense? Because we want to make sure that we are in the prime area for where we want to get listings and for where we want to work with buyers. So there's no point in doing an open house in an area that is completely marginal to your business. So again, you may have a listing that's out somewhere, or you may have a listing again that's in your area, but you've already done 2 or 3 open houses in the last 4 to 6 weeks. So doing another one is really going to be, you're not going to get anybody there. Maybe if you wait a few more weeks. So in the meantime, let's make sure this weekend coming up that you've got an open house in an area, yours or borrowed, that is your prime selling and buying area. Get the listing into your account. If you need help adding a listing, get with our support team. If it comes in automatically, phenomenal. If you need to grab it, you can click add listing and grab, use the zip code, MLS ID number, check or uncheck this, grab it, we'll bring it in. And you can always add it manually if you need to. Then that's popular for the listing presentations, expireds, FSBOs, whatever it is, you can do manual. So I've got the listing in my account. And let me fix my browser. There we go. Give me a second here. So I got my listing, 15 Ambient Way. I've set the open house. If you need to set the open house, on the far, you'll see an icon. When you mouse over it, it says add open house. Just click it, add your open house, right? Add open house. And once you see that there, click the green market listing button. Once you land here, you're going to land in the open house overview. You'll notice the banner for Open House Mastery. That's going to take you right to the presentation, the guide, and the checklist that we saw earlier. Below that, we've got the open house marketing checklist for this listing. So click on download and let's open up that checklist. And this is a really great thing for you to keep with you, especially if you're new. And you want to make sure every single little thing on this checklist gets done. All of it works together. Don't do just the ad. All right. Don't do just the ad. Do all of this. And we're going to be walking through that today. There's also the step-by-step guide. This is a great companion to the checklist if you need it. So this will walk through every item that's on the checklist. And it's written with me sitting next to you as if we were in a cafe. And I'm just walking you through all of this. So you'll see here, the pre-open house marketing, that is this checklist. We're going to do that pre-open house. Here you can see we talk about the Facebook and Instagram ads. We talk about automating the follow-up, the social media postings. Now, I want you to come here, listingstoleads.com/open house if you need to get to it directly. Again, listingstoleads.com/open house. The one thing that's on here that's not on the checklist is how to do Instagram, Facebook stories, TikTok, YouTube shorts, how to do links and polls. There's a how-to video for Instagram right here. There is a how-to video for TikTok. And you can see some great examples. And I know we got some open houses. And here we go. Pending sold, open houses. Oh, what am I now? We'll check that. But you can go to, just click that link when you're on your phone or your computer. So again, right at the step-by-step guide, scroll down a little bit, you'll see Instagram, Facebook story, TikTok, YouTube short. And just like you see in the screenshot here, right? How you can do an Instagram story with a poll. You can include links to the single property website. Imagine marketing your open house and there's a link to a PDF guide, the ultimate guide to buying a home, right? Just like you see right here in this example, right? There's a link to the single property website, but I give you so many great examples. And you could literally be doing a story for your listing 3 to 4 times a week. 3 to 4 times a week, use different images of the property, different templates. Maybe sometimes it's a little video clip, sometimes it's an image, right? Mix the different tools and listings to lead. So the single property website, a PDF guide, your listing presentation. These are all great things. And I walk through that in this video for TikTok and Instagram. So again, let me just close a few of these things out here. So again, that was when we clicked the green market listing button for open house. But let's go do a Facebook and Instagram ad. Let's just go through this. We're going to see how fast and easy this is. So this is going to drop us off in the work area. Everything is done for you. All you really need to do is confirm location, radius of 15 miles as part of the special housing ad category that we've already got done for you. We will default to a lifetime budget of $35. Really, the only edit I recommend is I would bump that up to 50. But if you only got 35 is just the minimum. We got people doing 200 to 300 a week. We're going to do a start and end date for 1 week. So for example, if you got an open house on Sunday at 4:00 and it's Wednesday, there's no point in running the ad for a whole week. So what you should do is just make sure to use the end date and say, you know what? Instead of going from Monday to Monday, stop the ad on Sunday and stop it at 4 p.m. Boom. Good to go. The only other thing I really want you to pay attention to is the image. Couple of options that you've got. One is if you've got a custom image from Canva, maybe you got a video introduction, you can click change image and video, upload your Canva image, upload your video, upload whatever you want. Or if you look at this and you realize, hey, these images are not the best ones for this home. Sometimes the first 5 images or the first 4 images, they might all be of the front of the house or 2 of the front, 1 of the garage, and 1 of the living room. So you can edit the images in this template by clicking change template. First off, although it won't solve this issue, there are 21 different image templates here, right? From single image, no branding, your profile photo, and some of them. The first one selected is the one I like. But let's say you need to swap out one of the or multiple images in the template. Because again, there's 4 images. There's the main image on top. And then I got 3 images along the bottom. And then the bottom, it'll let people know that there's a lot more images available. In my case, it's sad. There's only 3 more, but hopefully you got more great images. So to change out any of these images, just click right here. It says edit. And then from here, I can change any one of these images. And you'll typically see this again coming up when the single property website, or not now, but just the photos that you upload, you got the front of the house, center, front of the house left, right? You'll see this sometimes. And then you'll have the living room, 3 shots of the living room. So every image in that template is essentially the same thing. And so here again, you can see I can now change the image, right? Typically it'll drop you off right at the listing. And again, just select the new image that you want to use. It'll populate and then you'll have a great image. 9 times out of 10, that should be good to go. So just again, confirm location, confirm your budget. If it's an open house, confirm the end date to end after the open house. And that will reset. Once it resets, this right here, you can click the view button. It'll take about 5 minutes before it's active. So I'll show you one of the older ones. So if I click view right here, and you can share this with a seller. So this will be the link if you want to share the ad with a seller. And then so you share that with the seller, what they would do, and you too as well. You just click where it says the blue show ad button. And it's good for you to do this so you'll understand and be able to talk a little bit better with the seller about what's going on, right? So I want to make sure the seller. So here's the ad, right? That's the ad. And people click, what's your time frame to buy? Make that a little bit bigger. So what's your time frame to buy? Right, whatever they select, hit continue, name, email, and phone number, continue. They will go to the single property website. You get the lead, name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame. Hopefully, if you got AI text follow-up with listings to leads, that will activate automatically. And alternatively, you got the follow-ups and listings to leads here that you can activate. And if you have got your CRM set up with listings to leads, that lead will go to your CRM. So whatever it's going to be, AI text, follow-up and listings to leads, or your CRM, make sure you got those leads dialed in. So next up from the Facebook and Instagram ad, and those leads are coming in between $2 to $3, $2 to $4 a lead, depending on where you're at. I think system average was 3 something in the last 7 days. So here's a social media post. This will automatically post to whatever social media accounts you've got connected. So Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and Google. Make sure you get your Google connected because that can really, all the social media postings that we've got under the social content section, the listings, right? All of this stuff really helps your Google get up there in the rankings. And so you can see here, there's a post now, schedule, connect, or again, edit the image. If I click here, I can see what it looks like on my Facebook page. All right, so similar to the ad, you click, land on the single property website. Now, in this case, no lead information was given because it's just a social media post, but there's a lot of great lead capture here, a lot of great engagement, right? Look at that. They can put in they get a home value estimate. They saw my 3D tour, my property video, my professional photos, my client review video. So much great engagement there. So that's the social media post. Share on seller social media. If you are the listing agent, oh my gosh, you got to make sure that you do this one. There are two items for the seller, the social media post right here, and an email that they can share. These tools, in fact, Dustin Fox, oh my God, he was so funny one time. He comes to me and he goes, Scott, he goes, my seller asked me for something to put on their Facebook page. And he goes, I remembered that you guys had that seller social media post, but he goes, I never wanted to use it because I just thought it was kind of weird. But he goes, my seller loves it. And he got some great leads from it. In fact, I think he got a listing from it, right? So this thing right here, you want to get this to the seller. This is the most underused tool by so many of our clients. Click the green send to seller button, add the seller's email and dear Ian and Lauren in this case, click send, and then do the same thing for the e-flyer. Look at this, beautiful open house, right? Same thing with, just like in the post, people click the email, they go to the single property website, and your branding is going to blow up. right? You're going to get more traffic. You're going to get some great leads. So you want to get both of these tools to the seller, and the sellers love it, especially if you got great photos, because the template is going to look beautiful. So here's what you do. You click the green send to seller, like I said, add the seller's information. What will happen is this. An email is going to go to the seller, right? One with the social media post, one with the e-flyer. So they'll get 2 emails. They're going to think you sent it because it's going to come from your email address. You're going to be CC'd, so you're going to know exactly when they got those emails. What you should do is call them up. This is based on the best practices of a lot of top agents over the number of years. You should call the seller up and do something like this. All right. Hey, Jeanette, Scott here. Just want to let you know we're marketing for the open house this coming weekend, and it should be phenomenal, right? We got it up on Zillow. It's on Realtor.com. We got the Facebook ad out. We got it up on our social media accounts. We have a lot of other great marketing that we're going to be doing. But I sent you something to share on your social media, on your Facebook page, and something to share via email, because you likely know people who know people that want to move to the area, right? Such a great area here. And in this market, you likely know people who know people that want to buy into the area. So we don't want to leave any stones unturned. So if you have any questions on how to put that on your Facebook page or share via email, just let me know. A lot of our clients will actually add that in the listing presentation. So if a seller, in fact, if you're following the listings for leads listing presentation, that is literally in there. So the sellers are going to expect you to get it to them. They're going to understand why you're doing it. And they're going to appreciate the fact that they're going to get more eyes and get that thing sold faster. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know. Shirley says, I keep getting invitations to these presentations. You're on the presentation. So that's awesome. Thank you for joining us. And again, make sure you use the share on seller social media. And again, this is what's going to look like. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to make it look great. People are going to click the post. They're going to see your name. They're going to click through. They're going to see your great marketing, right? The beautiful single property website. In my case here, I got a 3D tour, got a property video. I got all my client reviews, my professional photos, PDF guides they can download. Yeah, you want to make sure that you get those tools to the seller. Next up is the nearby homeowner letter. All right, this is what we referenced a little bit earlier, right? Dustin Fox was talking about that in the image that we were looking at. In fact, where did that go to? Nope, let me see here. Yeah, how did I lose that image already? Let me see here. Oh, it must be this one right here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So for those of you that maybe came in a little bit late, the nearby homeowner letter, you'll see here, we were talking about this a little bit earlier in the call. Personal invites to neighbors, white envelopes, real stamps, no business branding. They actually open them. And that's how you get a lot of great seller leads. So here's the letter. Now you can door knock this letter. I like the idea. And I think he used to door knock, but you get bigger, you get more open houses. He's now got 25 agents on his team. I can even imagine. That's not my style. Having 25 agents on my team but a lot of our clients, right? Massive teams. And so now he's mailing them. But in the beginning, I would door knock because then I get more face-to-face time with people, right? The more face-to-face time I get with nearby neighbors, with the nearby homeowners, right? The people that live near that open house, the more opportunity I'm going to have to get more listings. So this letter, whether you want to invite them to a neighbor preview or to the standard open house, I would click edit. And so this letter, before I download it and start using it, it sits in the editor. So I can edit it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hello, hope you have a great week. Just want to let you know that we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom, California from 1 to 4 p.m. Now, if you've gone through our open house mastery training, and let's say you're not going to do a neighbor preview, but you want to invite them anyways, and you want to make it feel just a little bit special, here's what I want you to do. right? So we're having an open house at da da da. And, and I'm going to put, and you are invited. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go, we're having a catered open house at, and I'm going to do that just so it's looks a little bit nicer. Everything else. Now, if I want to change anything down here, I can download JPEG or PDF. If now Dustin uses Zaire Mail, ZAIR Mail, again, ZAIR mail.com. Mailbox Power, a lot of you use that one as well. The key though, if you're going to mail it, just like you saw there, the key if you're going to mail it is it's got to look like a personal envelope. So it's got to be the standard envelope. It's got to be handwritten font or handwritten. I'll walk you through a few examples on that one. And it's got to have a real stamp. It cannot look like it came from some professional printer. Here's the letter now that we got a little bit of a more personal invite to the neighbors. And so either send it off to get print and mailed, or a lot of people will just print it themselves. So here, let me show you. If you go to success stories on the far left, I'm going to right click, open link in a new tab so we don't lose where we're at here. But check this out, 13 listings from this letter in one farm area in 1 year. If you got 13 listings from your farm area, or even 2, would your year be a lot better than not? Probably would be. Bernadette. And she door knocked. I love it. She door knocked. And, from just talking to people, because they see you're a real person, right? They see you're a real person. You got great energy. You're competent. You're professional. The letter looks beautiful. You have a reason for talking to them, right? Elena, this was not even her listing, right? It was her buyer went into contract. And you can see here, the reason I like this one is she just printed it. And a lot of people do this. They just trifold that letter. So here's what I would do. I would door knock. In fact, I had this, give me 1 second here. I want to go to Amazon. Oh my gosh. Amazon's making me type in the characters just to slow me down while I'm on a webinar. But I want to show you, I want to give you a link to these plastic bags. So 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 5.5, sorry, clear, plastic bags. Because when you go door knocking, and someone got into trouble recently, when you go door knocking, do not throw your nearby homeowner letter into the mailbox. Don't do it. It makes you look bad. When I see people do that to me, and I see people, and you can see they just threw, whether it's like a tree trimming guy, usually that's what it is. It's like the tree trimmers or the landscape people, right? They're driving by and they just throw the flyers right into the mailbox. That just looks so tacky. Don't do that. And in fact, somebody in the mastermind group came in last week and they got a nasty email from somebody. Hey, stop putting your shit in my mailbox. It's A, it's illegal. And B, I don't know that I want to look that tacky for being that cheapskate, right? That kind of chucklehead throwing in garbage into the mailbox. That's not really appropriate. So next best thing, in fact, I think this is even better. So say it's next best thing to a door hanger and the nearby homeowner letter combined. So I would grab something like this. I'm not sure if it's got you want to make sure it's got the door handle opening so that I can slip it on the door handle. This one maybe doesn't have it, but regardless, you want to buy something like this, take them with you so that when you're knocking on a door and they're not home, you can just drop it right on the door handle. Make sense for everybody? So don't be that agent that is dropping stuff into the people's mailbox, right? You don't want to get called out for that because, man, someone's going to get on. What's that shoot? I don't even go to that website anymore. I'm so over it, man. What is it? In fact, it's in the open house matrix. I tell you to make sure the seller puts it into that neighbor website. Oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking. Somebody tell me what am I thinking of? Nextdoor. All right. You don't want people getting on Nextdoor bitching about you putting stuff in their mailbox. The next thing you know, you got 15 people, right? You got 50 people liking the post, people torching you for filling up their mailbox with this kind of stuff. And it's just going to get thrown out if you start doing that kind of a thing. So don't do that. Next up, we do have postcards and door hangers. For an open house, not necessarily so relevant. You're probably not going to be able to get them in time unless you really plan out the open house far enough ahead of time, right? Door hanger. But again, I would use that letter. And again, I would door knock with the letter for the open house. Now for the just sold or just listed or even pending, if you want to mail in, that's totally fine. But again, it's great to door knock any opportunity that you get. But in particular, I like the open house door knocking. And again, if you use that letter with the clear plastic baggie, and again, make sure the baggie's got the insert or the hole near the top so that you can put it on the door handle, man, you're going to do really well. Circle prospecting script. So if you got phone numbers for the people around that listing, highly recommend that you call through. So again, if you got a program like My Plus Leads, RedX, Prospect Boss, there's a lot of different kind of programs like that where you can get all the information about the homeowners. That would be, if you're going to do a mailing, that's a great way to get the mailing information, right? You can also then skip trace, run the phone numbers against the DNC, and got a great prospecting script right here. The beautiful thing about the prospecting script on an open house is we're just letting people know about the open house down the street from them, around the corner from them. Want to make sure they know about it in this market. When the property closes, escrow, all the nearby home values are going to change. And right? See this right here? And again, if you got the information from RedX or My Plus Lead, you're going to have their email, you're going to have their phone number, you're going to have their name, you're going to have their property out, you're going to have all this information. So you just confirm their email. Would that be the best email to send your updated home value estimate to? So it's a great call to the neighbors around that open house. And again, you can do that with your listing or one that you borrow. You want to make sure you get this e-flyer to your database. This is a great email to invite your database to your open house. You want to make sure you do this. You want to make sure that you invite your audience, your database, to the open house. It's a great way to make sure people stay in touch with you. In listings to leads, I've already got it on, and this is set up so that every time I change the status of this listing, it automatically gets sent to all of my buyer leads and to all the leads of this listing. You can always change it by just selecting a different list. And you can also click copy code and send it out of your CRM. So if you've got another CRM, Lofty, Sierra, Follow Up Boss, you can just drop the code in there, send it out. Maybe BombBomb, for example, maybe you want to do a little video invite, send it out to your database. You want to let them know you're live. And the thing I love about an open house is, here we go. It gives me a reason to call my database. So in the database call script, don't be rude, right? Don't be rude to your database. Don't rely on email only, right? With a few text messages. Call them up, show them some love, let them hear your voice. All right. You're a beautiful person. We want to make sure that our database knows us. So this is a great script to call through my database. Just let them know, hey, Jeanette, Scott here. We're having an open house on 15 Ambient Way on Sunday. And I sent an email with the link to the single property website. Just want to make sure you got that. If you didn't, you can always text 10006 to 25678 to get the virtual tour sent to you. With the market the way it is now, I just wanted to let you know. If you'd like more information or schedule showing, let me know. And once this home, notice right here, there's 3 different endings. So if they own a home in the farm area, this is one way to end that script. They own a home in a different area, we have a different ending. And then if they are a buyer or a renter, or a buyer lead or a renter, we have another great way to end that. So you should be calling, hopefully 5 to 10 of your leads in your database at a minimum, invite them to the open house. You're not asking anything, and you might want to let them know that's catered, right? Again, to go through the open house mastery training, you're going to see, we talk about bringing music to the open house, catering it, right? And you can do it really cheap. Go get a 20 pound or a $20, 2 to 3 pound premium nuts from Walmart. Buy a couple of bottles of apple cider with Martinelli's. You're good to go right there. For $30, you can have a nice catered, quote unquote, open house that is going to engage a lot more people. It's going to help you engage a lot more people. So again, as I'm calling through my database, I'm gonna let them know, hey, we're having a catered open house on Sunday from 1 to 4. Would love to see you there if you have a chance. The way the market is now, I just want to make sure that you knew about it. And oh, by the way, when this home sells, it's going to affect the value of the homes in the area. Would scott@listingsoleads.com be the best email to send your updated home value estimate to? So what do they hear is they hear that Jeanette's having a catered open house. Like, wow. All right. Open house. She's active, right? She must be doing something good because she's busy doing stuff in the neighborhood with property, and it's catered. So she must be a little bit upscale, right? She must be someone that's better than the average. Cause I know I've gone to open houses and I don't think I've ever seen catered. Most people have never seen a catered open house. And just like that image from Dustin, right? Just like this image here, he didn't start off with food trucks, right? In case you can't see it, that there's a food truck over there. He didn't start off with food trucks. He started off with just easy little things. And then as you get better, as you start closing more deals, as you see how you can really bring a lot of people to your open house and make it worth a lot of money, then it becomes a great idea to invest more money and start doing things like a food truck. But that's just a great path you can work towards. Because imagine, man, you have food trucks showing up in a neighborhood on a Sunday, early afternoon, you're going to get the attention of a lot of people. A lot of people. Next up is a short form video script. So we give you the actual script. All you got to do is record it. So right here on the right-hand side is the script. Super quick and easy, right? Get that script. If you need to get on the teleprompter app, you can click send. All right. I mean, if you're logged in on your phone, then just copy and paste it right into your teleprompter app. Otherwise, send it to your phone, get that into your app. I mean, it's so easy. And everybody in Folsom, want to let you know about the open house on 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday, April 20th from 1 to 4 p.m. You can get all the photos and details by texting 1006 to 25678, or you can DM or comment below. But this is a beautiful property on a corner lot in a gated community with give a little bit of information about the listing. And then we're going to say, now, if you're a Folsom homeowner, when this home is sold, area home prices are going to change. And you get your updated home value estimate now by going to California to get the custom domain from Listings to Leads that you can edit. Make sure it's a great one for you. The updated home value estimate, super easy script, super easy script. And again, you want to get that up to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. And a lot of people, they think, can I record that video and then use it in my ad for Listings to Leads, right? Because remember we talked about doing the Facebook ad and I showed you how you can do a video. I say don't. I say use the video all over the place because that is great. The platforms are going to push that out. You're going to get a lot of great branding. You're going to hopefully get people clicking on it. And the more you do them, the thing with video is you just got to keep doing them. You got to keep doing them until you get into your groove, until you get into a style that you're going to be able to work with. So don't start off doing video and then getting frustrated with it because it's not working for you. You've got so much content as a real estate agent, you just don't know it. You have so much content as a real estate agent that people create amazing TV shows. Right now, we're not Josh Altman in all of that stuff, but I promise you, every one of you has so much great content to do video with. So this is not a stretch for you. So just get to it, start recording them. You got so many great scripts and listings to leads that you can use every single day. All right. So get that video done. But again, so in the ad, what I was going to get to is for an actual ad where I want to generate leads, I would just use that image template that's default with the Facebook and Instagram ads. Single property website and virtual tours. You got the full screen and standard version. You can select what you want all these tools and ads to link to. I like the full screen version, but it's up to you, right? Here's the other version. This is a standard, what we call standard version. So, again, beautiful single property website. We got the virtual tours. Now for the open house, obviously, we got the open house sign-in form. So we got the online version, the paper version, and a QR code. All the leads you generate will drop into the feedback right here. So these are all my feedback leads. And I can view the online version here. So how it works is, if you're on a tablet, people just tap it. These are all customizable. They hit continue. They drop in their name, email, right? Phone number, email, name. And notice right here, send me the 6 things to check before buying a home guide. So that'll be checked automatically. And have people sign in. You can always use the sellers ask everybody to sign in for security reasons. I'm sure you can understand. I appreciate your helping us keep everything secure. All right, makes you look good in front of these people. And if someone complained on that one, then depending on, sometimes people just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. But if someone wanted to fight with me on that, I'd probably just take that as a indication of working with them as either a buyer or a seller, right? I want to work with people that understand security and kind of get all that kind of great stuff. So anyways, use the sign-in form. It is a great way to engage with people and let people know that when they complete it, they'll have an opportunity to get your guide, the 6 things to check before buying a home, and that will help get more people to fill it out. Here, I can customize all the questions. You can reorder them, turn them on and off, delete them, add new ones. So add new question. Notice we've got short answer, paragraph, check boxes, radio button, or drop-down options. So it should be something for everybody there. Any questions about the open house sign-in form? Awesome. Yeah. And there's a paper version. So any edits to this will go to the paper version as well. So I know people actually like the paper version, which is awesome. Listing flyers. So a lot of different great templates. Pick the one that you like. Let's take a look at this one here. Looks pretty. Download PDF. So grab however many listing flyers that you need. Ooh, that's nice. You can scan the QR code right here, right? Subscribe to the text IVR right there. Got my photos. Beautiful. Love that. Very nice. So all my listing flyers there. Sign writers. In fact, let's do this. Let's go back to, if you go back to listingstoleads.com/open house, that's the step-by-step guide. For any of you that are the listing agents today, all right, today, I want you to go take care of this. I want you to promise me that you're going to do this. And in fact, I've got what I'm going to show you right next to me here on my left side. It's your yard sign. And notice, right, listing flyers, everything here is the same order. Sign writers. Do you see that image? I'm going to blow it up here. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Maybe you can see that now a little bit better. Go grab, right, go to your association if you need to, buy the status open house, right? Buy that status writer, open house, and get that on the yard sign. And make sure 2 more things I want you to do. Get your flyers on the yard sign. So get a clear plastic flyer box and get that on the yard sign. And, right, that text writer, you want to make sure that is on there as well. So that is going to help you, because in that way, people that are driving by, if they can't go to the open house, they can always scan the QR code on the rider. They can always text it. And right here's, you can download these and get these printed. You can customize them here. You can order them from dirt cheap signs here. And, or again, you can just give it to your current sign writer company and just pick a template from them and tell them what the codes are and give it to them. But get this on your yard sign. This is such a great way to generate leads. And you'll see in our training, when the listing goes pending, oh my gosh, that is really one of the best times. I want to make sure that I got the status writer on the very tops of this as pending or in contract, so that everybody, all the neighbors know. And that's a great time to generate seller leads. So, and let me think, what else have we not done? We covered the social media. We covered database. We talked about ads, post, short form videos, Instagram stories, TikTok, YouTube shorts. We talked about all of that. We talked about emailing, calling your database, right? We're going to email everybody. We're going to call through our top 5 to 10, top 5 to 20 leads, invite them personally. We're going to invite the neighbors, right? We're going to, whether it's our listing or not, we're going to invite the neighbors, all right? Whether we want to door knock or mail, right? If you're going to mail, try to get the mailings out by tomorrow. That way they'll get it in the mail by Friday. But again, I would door knock. If you get, pick whatever the nicest day of the week is going to be, early evening, bring somebody with you. Don't go alone. It's just more fun to have somebody and safer, obviously. Any questions? Jeanette, let me see here. My browser says, and it's not, no, don't worry about the beta. Oh, no. All right. Here, I'm sorry. Let me show you here. For that link, here, I'll tell you. Yeah, just go to a browser, listingstoleads.com, open house. And I will give this here. I will drop this to you. Give me a second. I'm dropping it into the chat. And I'm going to send it to everybody. And that's the same link, just listingstoleads.com, listingstoleads.com/open house forwards to this URL right. So all of your questions will be answered. This is such great material, overloading my brain. Well, Bruce, yeah, definitely come back and revisit. This will be on YouTube later this afternoon. So you'll have access to this here in a couple hours. I keep getting invitated. How do I find a lender sponsor? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Just sign up for an account. Yeah. How do you find a lender? I don't know. You'd have to find a lender that's local to you. So you can't use a lender out of area. So yeah, lender would have, find a lender and tell them that they should sign up for Listings to Leads in your area. And I think they can sign up for a lender account for, I don't know. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know. If I go to lenders, start your 30-day trial, $150 up to 5 agents. So there you go. All right, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions on any of this, get with our support team, get into the mastermind group, get marketing today, hopefully, or by tomorrow at the latest for that open house, yours or borrowed. And then once you get the marketing done, or mostly done at least, start checking out the open house mastery. And you're not going to be able to nail everything in open house mastery on the first day or the first time through, but take open house mastery and just work towards that. You're right on successive open houses until you get to the point where you're just nailing it every single time. You're nailing it and you're getting buyers, you're getting listings from it, right? You're engaging your audiences and you're having success. So again, get into the mastermind group with anything else, and we'll talk to you soon.